With 6 world champions, Hearthstone has developed the rich history needed for a competitive scene to ascend to something greater than the sum of its parts. We're on the verge of the 2020 season starting, so it's as good a time as any to take a look back at the past world champions for Blizzard Entertainment's smash hit digital card game. Back in 2014, at the first World Championship, the American competitor Firebat found himself in the finals against the Chinese player, Tidler Celestial. Very few people had expected Firebat to be up 2 games over Tidler, who had completely dominated the tournament until that point. Their third match was Tidler's Hand Warlock against Firebat's Dominant Druid, a late-game matchup that was proving to be an incredible grind for both players. But Firebat found more options and navigated his lines of play far more optimally, controlling the board and finding the lethal damage he needed to win the match, earning himself the first world champion title and a $100,000 payday to boot. The 2015 World Finals were a matchup between Sweden and Canada. The Swede, Ostkaka, found himself up 2 games over hot form, and in the third game played his final deck, the high-skill ceiling Miracle Road. Ostkaka ran away with the game when he managed to stick a Violet Teacher onto the board that hot form wasn't able to get rid of until it was too late. '16 was an all-European showdown. Russia versus Ukraine. Pavel versus Dr. Hippie. The second game was the defining moment of the match. With his signature mage deck, Pavel swung the tempo back in his favor with a perfectly timed Flame Strike. From there, he went on to win 2 additional games. Dr. Hippie earned himself a consolation prize, but Pavel closed out the series 4-2 with his road deck. 2016 saw a marked improvement to the tournament's prize pool, awarding Pavel with $250,000 for his efforts. 2017 featured the closest grand final match thus far between the American competitor Frozen and the Taiwanese player Tom 60229. The score was deadlocked at 2 wins each. Both players were down to their final decks, which just so happened to be a Jade Druid mirror match.
Neither player wants to look at it.
Tom's line of play proved to provide far more value, overwhelming Frozen and forcing him to tap out.
Tom 60229.
Tom's win is historic in that it marked the first year a representative from the Asian region won the World Championship and was rewarded handsomely with $250,000 for his achievement. The 2018-2019 season saw the return of the all-European final, the Norwegian Hunter-Ace, who had dominated the entire season, versus the German juggernaut, Viper. The final went all the way down to the wire. Both players traded games and were locked at 2 wins each. Out of all the grand final matches throughout the game's history, this one was the most evenly matched. Down to their final decks, Hunter-Ace had his Shaman versus Viper's Warlock. Hunter-Ace capitalized on a mistake Viper made in the mid-game, which allowed his Shaman deck to take control of the game and run away with the match. Hunter-Ace went home with $250,000, and this marked the end of an era for Hearthstone World Championships. 2019 was the start of the new streamlined Grandmaster competitive format. It was the first time a competitor from China had been in the grand final since 2014 when Lion went up against the American Bloodyface. It was also the first time a female competitor had made it to the grand final of a Hearthstone tournament, and Lion had completely dominated everyone on her journey. By the time she had dispatched with Bloodyface, Lion was on an 11 professional match win streak, almost unheard of in a game with such high variance. Hearthstone has improved year after year, with the latest World Championships setting the stage for the new competitive environment moving forward. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing eSport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.